So I got a request to do a cooking video from one of my patrons. So Xavier, this one's for you. I'm going to make vegan Salisbury steak and potatoes with gravy, and it should be a fun ride. So first we're going to take our potatoes here, and we are going to wash them. And done. And now we're going to move into our cutting board. Your next step is to remove the skin. Stand it upright and use the knife to gently go along the skin to skin it. Cut it in half and then cut that half into 5 pieces basically. Now we're going to take our chopped potato and rinse the starch off of them a little bit so that we can develop a more diverse texture when we roast them. We're going to let these hang out and dry a little bit while we head on to our onions. So I have one really big onion and one kind of medium-sized onion. I'm using this much because I'm going to need some for the gravy, but I also want to use some to cook it with the potatoes, which may be the small. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now to season it, I'm going to start with some salt. Make sure you're using some salt that has some iodine in it, especially if you are vegan. Even if you're not vegan, it's really important to have. And it helps with brain function. I'm going to add a few dollars of soy sauce for that umami. Or umami. I feel like I mispronounce it sometimes, so correct me in the comments. So I've added some black pepper. Now we're going to add a few splashes of rice vinegar. And that's really going to help tenderize everything really nicely. Now we're going to add some nutritional yeast. And that's really going to add a burst of flavor. Dusting goes some cumin. Then you can just season it to your liking. I don't know if you do it on you. You'll go for it. That's what you can call it. Next, we're going to add a healthy pinch of cayenne. So I just finished it off with some fresh sage and a little dash of seasoned salt. Don't put a whole bunch of though. That's literally just to add a little color. It'll all work out in the end. And we're going to put the top on this, let it steam and get cooked. Preheat and oil your saucepan. For my protein, I'm using Awesome Burger from Sweet Earth. It is delicious, it's plant-based, and it's really great for protein. It actually has its own fat in it, so it's really great for making gravies. Yes, it's good for burgers, but you can use it in anything like spaghettis. My oil's popping. But yeah, great brand. But you can use any patty you want. Don't forget to stir your potatoes. Keep stirring them. Now we have our patties seared, we're going to add our mince. That junk is popped. Now that these are searing, we're going to add our minced onions. This is going to help everything with the popping, and this is also going to go into our gravy. The flavor of the patties will meld into the onions. It's going to make a great gravy. Now we're going to add our soy sauce. Just going to drizzle it over the onions, really. You can put a little bit on the patties, but it's mostly for the onions. This is really going to add depth to our gravy. And then we are going to add some sesame oil to our patties. Just a little bit. Just a tip for the potatoes. Make sure you're constantly stirring them and scraping the bottom. Don't be afraid of that bottom part because that's the flavor. So I added cayenne to the onions, and that's really going to come in when we start mixing the gravy. It's going to make everything spark. And now, as you can see, it is time to flip our patties. The caramelization has already started at the bottom. Look at that beautiful caramelization. At this point, I like to tilt the pan and drip the oils from the buns to the onions. Did I call them buns or patties? You know what I mean. And now it is time to stir our onions. So I really wanted them to build up a sweat. I don't want them to overcook. So it's still cooking with these, or we'll be cooking in the gravy. We're going to check and see if our potatoes are done. So choose one. Tap on it. Oh, that's a perfect break. See, it's firm and tender, and we're not mushy. We don't want mushy potatoes. We need texture. Texture is everything. It's time to flip our patties again. Let's see our results. They should be finished, and boom, they are. So at this point, we're going to remove the patties from the pan. So we got our potatoes, keeping our patties warm. But, multitasking, whatever. Put your potatoes on your, put your patties on your potatoes in the pan that they're in. And I have this turned on low now, so it's just keeping warm. And now we have added butter to our onions. And we are starting to make our gravy. These onions are caramelized and they are beautiful, full of flavor. And we're going to start adding in our seasoning, some herbs, a little pepper, but most of the flavor is really already there. So I've added some pepper and some all-season salt. It's kind of going to be like a southern gravy, one may say. And lastly, I'm adding in this garlic herb mix. That should add every little bit of everything else we needed. Oh, and I'm going to add in some nutritional yeast, perhaps, just a little pinch. We have our nutritional yeast in there, and now we're just going to stir it all together. Then we're going to eventually sprinkle our flour. So now we're going to take our flour and just sprinkle it in there with our fingers. I'm trying to get it in parts that are very oily. We can soak it up. And we're just going to keep sprinkling it in there as evenly as it possibly can. Stir it in.
Just keep stirring it because you really want it to be evenly mixed in. Now that the flour has cooked a little bit in the butter, we're going to add our water. This is when the rest of the magic happens. And then probably, what the heck, what's going to happen? Let it come together. And to thicken it later on, you can still add cornstarch. Stirring it. We really taste it to make sure the flavor balance is right, because we may need to add more water before it thickens, because this is like condensed flavor. As you stir it, it will thicken, so keep stirring it, because if you let it sit, it will cook into one bean. So you just want to keep stirring and stirring, keeping it moving, so that it cooks evenly and thickens to the right consistency. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so satisfying. Sorry, keep it moving. So I know me and Nye are going to want way more gravy. So I just added some more water, some soy sauce, and the garlic and herb seasonings, because I'm going to basically stretch it. I'm stretching this. But the consistency can still build back up. Just bring it back up to a boil and keep stirring like you were before. Keep the consistency nice and even. And that's how you make some more, you know? Because already right now it's coming together, getting nice and thick the way we want it. Yeah, some nice gravy. And we didn't even have to add cornstarch to thicken it. Perfect. Well, looks like our gravy is complete. There you have it. Vegan Salisbury steak and potatoes. So hungry, and it smells amazing. Alright, I guess we'll see you at the show. Feel free to eat your dinner with us. This is cook with me, eat with me, and enjoy the show with me.
Is called Painted Stories, and it's on my EP, Unnoticed, Unknown. You can find that in the link in my bio on Instagram, if you guys like what you hear. And you tell me
Hello, my fellow beings of light. Congratulations for making it this far in the video. I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching episode 10 of Awleen Music and More. I would also like to put a special highlight on my Patreon contributors. These people contribute monthly in order to make this show happen. So special thanks to my Novas, Heather Ahmed, and John Renaud, and our Quasar supporter Xavier Bryant, who is the reason why this episode happened, because he voted for me to do a cooking video. You can also vote if you become a patron. You know, I have tiers ranging from $5 to $15, all with their own benefits and exclusive content. So please go on ahead, look in that description, check me out, like, share, leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for believing in me. I love you. Have a good night, day, or morning. Bye.
Hi, I'm Awleen.
Hi, I'm Nye.
And this is Awleen Music and More, and we just want to thank you for watching.
Press that like and subscribe button. It would, be very appreciated.
Yeah, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know next time when we're posting every Friday and
Wednesday.
Hey, we'll be here for you. Bye.